on the Hard Talk. This is Tia Williams, and my colleague is Anthony Jeffan Jr. Gongloe. We'll bring you this edition of the program. Our next guest is already pretty seated. Very shortly, we commence the second and final lap of the Hard Talk. But few bars of Bojimi. Welcome to the second and final lap of the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.7 with me, Tia Williams. My colleague is Anthony Jeffan Jr. Gongloe. We are bringing you this edition from just wherever you are monitoring us, whatever you're doing. The pleasure is ours to say welcome to the Hard Talk, the second and final lap of the show. We have in studio the man who has the Brum movement. He's none other. Check the group. It's not other, but I'm getting feedback somewhere.
Yes, I think it's somewhere from here.
Yeah. Never mind, folks. Never mind.
Okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah. So the man who has the Brum movement is Councillor Tiawan Saye Gongloe. He's our guest on this second and final portion of the show. Councillor Gongloe, welcome. You're not a stranger here. But for the sake of our audience and the sake of this interview, I'd love to say welcome once again to ABC Radio. How are you today?
I'm fine. And I'd like for you to say Tiawan Saye Gongloe. Saye is a ranking manner, first boy.
All right. I'm still getting feedback from somewhere, Anthony.
Yes,
you need to adjust the volume over there. I'm still getting feedback from somewhere. All right. How are you and how are things, Councillor?
I'm fine. Healthy. Energized more by the evolving politics. Doing what I do. I'm a one-man peacekeeper. Moba, Molo, and Kalasco, and all these people go to jail, and I used to be there defending them and getting them out of jail. I do the same now. I sense tension in the evolving politics, towards the 2023 October 10 election. I see better exchange of words, and so my mission in peacekeeping as a one-man peacekeeper is to lower the tempo and reduce the level of emotion so that we can make our case to the people in an atmosphere that is cool, sober, so that people can have the time to digest what we say and reflect on it to make wise decisions. When we raise the, the when we make the atmosphere very emotional, then the next step is leading to conflict. So I've been doing a bit of that, and for example, when I was in the States and some people allegedly coming from Vice President Joe Howard, Cllr, disrupted the church service of Senator Prince Johnson. I condemned it from the States. And he too made a statement that I consider was not correct against a tribe, against a group of people. He said, power is not good for the Southeasterners. I also condemn that. I said, yes, we condemn what happened to you, but it's not correct for you to make that kind of statement because it's divisive and undermines peace and stability. When Senator Johnson and President Weah were using the pulpits, because both men are men of the club that go to preach on Sundays, and they started having vitriolic exchanges, using the pulpit. I immediately called the president of the Council of Churches, Reverend Reese, and said, you need to intervene. Conflict doesn't come one day. When people who have followings are engaged in conflict, sometimes their followers take it to the next level, which is not good for us.
Okay.
And to his credit, he actually started the intervention. And so one of the things that I've done these few days, it's normal for me because this is something that I do all the time. A few days ago, without consultation with my party or anyone, the security board around me, I said, today I'm going to make friendly visits to all the political party headquarters.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, and I when I started with CDC, and Liberians are peaceful unless something happens. I went there, they received me happily, they were taking pictures, with me, or the broom papi. We even bought Kobo for somebody there. And then the young people, what do you call them? They wanted militant water, which is alcohol, bought militant water. So, it was, when I went to ESA headquarters, a young lady got up, one shot for the papi, like that. Everywhere I went, was good, and people, the disposition of the people I met were just very friendly. And so I say, Liberians are generally friendly until somebody maybe stimulates them to
Great.
So it's been good, and that's what I've been doing. Even 2 days ago, we went to the Elections Commission, called all the tenor bearers and vice tenor bearers of the political parties, and they briefed us on where we are. And even though I was a little bit hard on President Weah, but the atmosphere, I brought the atmosphere down again. I reduced the tension. The Elections Commission has said, we stay, the government are not paying all the money, but they have assured. So when it was time for interaction, I took the microphone and said, Mr. President, we are all candidates here. If you think election is expensive, try conflict, but we try already, we know it was very expensive. Billions of dollars were spent here. So pay the money today. Give order to the finance minister to pay the money today. The response to me was, the papier, they think I process. So the joke, I took it when everything was over and we took picture and we're talking, and he said, but Cllr Gongloe, you want to our party to take us for lunch today? I said, but I process too. We laugh about it. But the Election Commission did well. They told us there was an item, symbolic gesture of peace.
Okay, great.
You'll be surprised that the 5 people when they were giving big speeches. So when it was my time on that item, I just got up from my seat, walked to President Weah, shook his hand, hugged him, because that's a symbolic gesture.
Exactly.
It was meant so
and that's, it was all across social media.
Yeah.
And there were so many concerns about that.
I did that, and I shook hands with everybody, hugged everybody, all the other contenders, because we needed to show camaraderie. The way when we are nice to each other, it doesn't undermine the effectiveness of your plan, your platform.
Exactly.
It doesn't undermine your ability to sell your platform to the people. So we need to take the emotions out and present
the arguments.
Our arguments to the people to convince them, to persuade them to vote, so that at the end of the day, when when the Elections Commission conducts a free, fair, and transparent election, we'll all go with the result, because while the power belongs to the people, we are trying to persuade them to give it to us. And we need not to do that with emotion, with insults.
Exactly.
We need to do that in a sober atmosphere. We need not to make them emotional. We need to present our cases to them, and then they look at our track record. Like Brent put the guy, all the private they can make them think. They say they may say you can apply new man. Where the whole man first? You finish presenting your platform, right? The next thing to look at your track record. They may can really do the thing. Where your track record? Where the old man? And even if people are trying to football like the current government now, they both say, first food be full. First food not full, but second food be real full. You all say, yo, do something for us. You ain't do it. We're not crazy.
Okay.
So we have to do all of that in the civil atmosphere.
Having said all of those, tomorrow is the start of campaign. How prepared are you, and how prepared is your movement, the Broom movement?
The Broom movement is very prepared. We can't compete with the party in power when it comes to money and logistics, but that makes our case. The fact that CDC didn't have the kind of logistics that it is displaying today makes our case on how they are disproportionately benefiting from the resources, the income generated from the resources that should be shared with all of us, consistent with Article, I think it's Article 5 or so of the Constitution, that talks of maximum benefit from the income generated from all the resources by all of the people. So I never saw CDC 3 or 4 cents, but now I've seen CDC 44 in the street, new brand pickup. I see so many motorcycles going. They are doing well. They are even doing much better than the party that were in when the party was an incumbent. But our message is so powerful.
That could be early preparation, though.
Our message is powerful.
And everybody should also prepare as well to go to elections.
This Broom symbol is surpassing every speech, everything that every other party is doing. So we are way in the front, because while I was sitting here, I know my country. During the dry season, I went to 330 towns across the country. Nobody. You can have Land Rover Jeep now. You can't go to even 100 towns across the country, because it's rainy season and the ground gets very soft and muddy, and there are not many places they can go. It will take you 5 months to go to all of southeastern area, and the election is just 2.5 months away. So I've done my homework, and there's no candidate.
You think that gives you the edge?
It gives me the edge, because I walk the streets every day. I go everywhere. I'm talking to people every day. I pick up at least one person on my side, and
the others are also talking to people.
Well, from what I know, I'm doing much talking, because you know what? Unlike many of the people who participate in 2017 election and feel that their votes are in the safe somewhere, me, I don't get no vote. I'm an underdog. I'm looking for it. So I'm because there's nothing. So every day I see 2 people here, I talk to them. Every day I stop at different restaurants. Royal, I get on my broom, I talk to people. I am talking to people every day. Then I'm talking to the different media outlets in Liberia and abroad. Recently I was in Australia using Zoom interview for over an hour. I'm here today. This is my 3rd appearance on radio today. I was in Ghana this morning, but phone. I was in Magibi. I'm here. I'm showing my strategy to people. I don't mind, but I have the strength to do it, and I'm here.
Why should Liberians trust you to make you president?
Because my views on governance are well known. The older people from the 70s saw this man at the age of 22 going to jail, criticizing government. They saw me during daytime beating, stripped, and ended up in the hospital. They've seen my views, they've heard my views, but you've also seen me in government. In fact, today, there is an article that I say this is a gift. Lofa R, not a national paper. But one of the persons who work with me at Labor Ministry wrote a beautiful article today. I started getting reminders. Some of the things I don't say that I've forgotten because I left government more than 10 years ago were written in the article. What's the title of the article? Written by J. Koto Yunambo. The Gongloe, the Tiawan Gongloe that I know. Oh, I felt good about that today. But that is consistent with the testimonies I've gotten all across the country that I've gone to. You know, the Bible says good name is better than silver and gold. I am telling you, I don't have silver and gold, but good name is working for me all over the place. To the extent that people who have money now, when they do pools around the country, I'm way up compared to those who have more resources than LPP. So, and for me, that makes me a better role model so that money does not contaminate our political process and sober reflection on what people say. That people can say, this man is poor and he's coming up, then let me have good conduct. Let me establish myself. Let me have good record. And this record comes from high school, you know, from college, from the communities I've lived in, from the places I work. I'm a transformer. And the examples are there. I was at Justice Ministry, and I am the first, I boast of it, and nobody can contradict that. I was the first Solicitor General to recommend to the President of Liberia that only law school graduates become county attorneys. From 1847 or not that way. Some of the county attorneys were not school graduates. That's transformation.
Okay.
And I made prosecution effective. At Labor Ministry, I carry on liberalization. I issue regulation number 17. That regulation number 17 created a job for Liberians because I increased the work permit fees from $400 to 1,000 US dollars. It became prohibitive for a lot of employers to keep their foreign employees, and they lay them up and employ Liberians. Create a job for Liberians. I believe in liberalization. That's why I say when I become president, I will create millionaires outside government, Liberian millionaires outside government, and not inside government as happening today where you have lawmakers who are owning private universities. It will not happen. It will be private people, also business people, Liberian educators who want to get into business, in the education business, that will be given the funding by government.
Okay.
And for example, I would say, under my administration, any minister or head of agency that buys a foreign-made furniture will be fired by me. I want Liberian carpenters to get a job, to employ people. That's how, and then we encourage creativity in the area of carpentry to the extent that we must start exporting Liberian furniture.
Okay, great. The other day you announced your vice running mate in Dr. Yapawolo, Yapawolo.
Yes.
Does that give you any edge in Bond County, given the fact that he hails from Bond County?
Much more.
Do you think you can win Bond County?
I will win.
With the inclusion of Yapawolo?
I will win Bond County hands down. Yapawolo, as I said in his own district, I say I found a black diamond in Bond County.
Okay.
His character is something to study. And his ability to overcome challenges that discourages that discourage other people is something to go by. This man, mother died when he was 3 years old.
I'm told you both have come a long way.
Yes, we met around 2011, 2012 when I was lawyer for the Land Commission.
Okay.
And he was a technician, one of the young professionals at Land Commission. And I started admiring them. But he said, being a role model without knowing, I'll be a mentor when he was in high school. Wow. Because my name has been around, right? I didn't know that. So we clicked very well. Okay. We have similar attitude. We can eat both eat roasted cassava and feel happy. We eat dry rice with Benesi and feel happy. We come from the village. We're from the village background. You know, he grew up setting trap. I grew up setting trap. Cut brushing the farm and all that. We know all these things, so we can associate with rural life and also urban life. Okay. And he's humble, he's hardworking, and honest. these three, the three H's are really important for me for any good leader. You're humble, it makes it easier for people to talk to you, and you can do a lot of things. This man was doing his master's degree when he took a janitorial job at the Salvation Army Polytechnic, getting $50 a month. I remember high school graduates said they say janitor job. You see, a graduate from CWA or from St. Patrick or from Cathedral, you can't tell me the big janitor. He was doing a master's degree. Here is a man who did cutting a 4-year degree in 3 years and graduated with top grades to the extent that he got a scholarship to do master's degree. And then at Land Commission, he did so well that he got another scholarship to go to America. And why in America, when he did his master's degree, he did so well that he got scholarship to do PhD. A boy from a village in District Number 4, Bond County, just by sheer hard work, came from an illiterate family, and now he's way up there.
You think Uri is well known in Bond County? You think he's really known like that in the county?
He was not well known politically, but he was the leading candidate in District 4. He was running for the House of Representatives. And was a leading candidate in that district. But the media knows him very well. He had done a lot of things that by the time he started speaking, people said, oh, that man are good man. One of the things that was told in Belafana, I actually went to ask for him. When he agreed, I'm a traditionalist.
Oh, is there a background search on him? Or?
Yes. I knew him already and did background search all of that. And everything was good. My search team headed by Councilor Lamin Pago had everything to say about him, not doing the rest. So I went and at District 4, I gave them Cllr and said, give me your son. And when I was speaking, they say, this boy growing up in the village, I offended nobody and was so respectful. He was a child that everybody wanted to have. And he had not changed. So the whole district is behind him. And is having a multiply effect on the whole Bond County. And so we're going to have Bond. Look, and when working with Salas Siako, who won an award, environmental thing, sustainable development thing, he's one of the leading names in Africa here when it comes to environmental protection, all of that. He's running on LPP ticket in Bond County District 5. So when you connect him and Dr. Yure Yakpawulo, working with Rufus Tete from District Number 5 and our county party leadership, we're going to have Bond County because everything is said about Salas, everything is said about my running mate. It's so positive.
Councillor Gongloe, is no secret that these elections will be heavily contested based on tangibles. What can you point to as some of the tangibles that you think will attract people to elect you as the next president?
I'm not sure whether it will be if the tangibles are physical. I don't think that, because nobody, George Weah, Ellen, Taylor, did not show anything physical.
What do you mean?
They did not build school before running. They did not build even a hand pump before running. They did not build market before running. So when people ask me that,
but to some extent, they impacted
lives. The question you are asking, let me say, I've heard it more than 100 times all over the country on the different radio stations. So sometimes I say, don't be unfair to me. Don't ask the question that you didn't ask George Weah before he became president, Ellen or Taylor before becoming president. But I can answer that question. My tangible is my effort as an educator to transform the minds of people. As early as the age of 25 going to 26, I was a teaching assistant at the University of Liberia in 1982. And by that time, most of our foreign professors had left in reaction to the coup, and they took the students that they considered to be good in the minds of the administration to be teaching assistant under the tutorship of other professors. And I was actually teaching classes on my own. That's how I taught people like Justice Jammeh. Yes, who became Associate Justice. That's a big contribution. I taught Justice Kaba too. I taught Honorable Samuka. I taught the current senator of Lofaka and the Joseph Jala. I taught a lot of people.
Sometimes you feel proud when you walk around Monrovia.
Oh, I feel very proud. When I tell people I taught the vice president, in fact, she's very respectful when she sees me proud, you know. And the first time she saw me after becoming vice president at the one school, the more than mean school, she said, "Oh, proud Ben." I said, "No, you can't do that. You're vice president. Don't reflect." But you know, that's what I get. When I used to walk to, or even I walked to George Roosevelt Willis' office, whom I taught economics 201 too. He said, "Oh," I said, "Look, I have a right to walk to your office. I do not have a right to win every case before you unless the evidence is there.
Okay.
But you have an obligation to show respect to me, because a teacher will always be a teacher until both of us are out and no more life." So I've been a teacher. I've been an adult literacy school teacher. I taught at Loma Community School in 1981. 1981, I wanted the student that is sent to Ethiopia to learn adult literacy. So imagine when I talk about adult education that will eliminate illiteracy in 2 years, I'm speaking from a professional and experience as an adult literacy, trained adult literacy teacher. So you have a president who is an adult literacy teacher. We will educate the whole country in no time based on our strategies.
You think based upon those?
And then I'll be a poor man's lawyer. When you represent people who need legal service and is expensive, like the Granginas, 18 Granginas that I represented for 8 months up to the Supreme Court, they came from all of the districts of Grangida. The last time they had a poll in Grangida, oh yeah, George was incumbent. There are people working who are in the government who families will vote for him, but Joshua came first. I came second. Buakai came third, and Cummings was nothing. All right? In Grangida. No money, but because of my relationship with the Grangidans, in terms of, look, last year I spent New Year in Grangida. I was given 3 white sheep. Even 1 white sheep, traditionally, is very important.
Okay.
I was given 3 white sheep in Portstown. I was given 3 white roosters in Portstown. I was gowned in Portstown. My wife too, the club, my wife, they gave her a lot of things. Guess what? In this process, I'm reconciling and uniting the whole country. So this year in Butu, where the war started, the Nimba people gowned me a few weeks ago in Butu. And guess what? On the day they gowned me, I wore the gown from Grangida because I wanted to make a statement that, look, this guy is from Grangida. And even before I said so, they say, we are going to gown you. We are endorsing you and gowning you. Then they say, take out the gown. I said, no, put the gown. They say, well, I said, I want to make a statement. When they put the gown on me, I said, I have become a symbol of reconciliation and unity in this political process. I said, because I have Grangida on me, and now you all put Nimba on me.
Okay.
And given a history of the war where Nimbayan and Grangidan did terrible things to each other, I am going to be the link that will reconcile the 2 counties. And I'm doing it already. And we need that reconciliation and unity. I say, Grangida and Nimba are united in me and with the whole country. More than that, when I was going around the country this year, I deliberately slept in Tuzo, the home of Samuel Doe, for a politician coming from Nimba County, Mana or Gio person, to go to Tuzo and sleep there. You cannot imagine how happy they said. They said, "May I say you were sleeping in my house? You mean you're sleeping in Tuzo?" I said, "Yes." They were happy. I carried 20 persons with me. We got there around 7:30. Our program was over by 8:30, going to 9 o'clock. Those people cook, and you know the meeting Grangida. They cook, my delegation ate, and the food left over, and they danced the whole night on my music.
Mr. Gongloe, from the way you speak, it seems like you're going to put reconciliation atop your agenda.
It is. No one who has common sense can do anything in this country without reconciliation.
You think Liberians are now still reconciled following several years of bitterness?
President Salif said she failed on reconciliation, and President Weah hasn't done anything on reconciliation because after the election, it was only last year that he went around the country a little bit, and I didn't see it was actually pre-campaigning because he was dumping money. Oh, they wanted $2 million, jolly, and people enjoying themselves. But I'm deliberately putting reconciliation and unity on the agenda.
No, is that what you think?
Yes, I slept in Zozwale in Nimba County.
That was also a sign of reconciliation on the part of President Weah, Councillor Gongloe.
To carry money around and be saying you're enjoying.
Besides money, I was in Nimba at some point in time when President Weah visited somewhere in Nimba District 4. I can't recall the town, but this lawmaker from Nimba is from that town. How do you call him? What's his name? I'll find his name, but President Weah was in that town. Yes. And somebody said to me, one of the ladies said to me, since I was born, this is my very first time to see a sitting president visit this part of the country. And I thought that meant a whole lot.
No, not reconciliation. That is good in terms of visibility.
Reaching out.
But there's nothing to reconcile between between Georgia and Nimba.
Bopie. That time is called Bopie.
Yes. Bopie.
Okay.
You should have Bopie. No, yeah, not been Bopie. Waipley.
Okay.
That's where you went. Waipley. But let me tell you, there is nothing. In fact, Georgia, when you're running, he said he was from Nimba. He said, my name is Saye Cozy. All right?
That name was given him by the Nimbayans.
Yeah, he said somebody call him Saye Cozy. The disappointing part is, again, you fool Nimbayans. I don't think it will be fool this time. Because when you were running campaign, you were Saye Cozy. When you won the election in time for inauguration, George, Bekugbe, Cllr, this other one, we are. I said, but why do you say Cozy?
You think the Nimbayans are really carried away by that?
Well, I think some people...
The CDC is hugely involved in Nimba County, carrying out lots of development.
What is happening, CDC is doing is a mirage. They will see...
Mirage?
Is a mirage.
Because you see... What's the faith in Nimba County, Councillor Gongloe?
Very high.
You think you can defeat the CDC in Nimba, though you're from Nimba?
They've already defeated.
Given the level of work they've done?
They're already defeated. They're already defeated. I mean, CDC is a party of the past. They are going to take United Party's place soon. You know, it will be former ruling party.
You sound so optimistic.
I am. Because you see, CDC is going to have a difficult this time because CDC is going to be campaigning on
you're on record, Councillor Gongloe.
CDC is going to be campaigning on its record. Look, on Liberia, my private conversation and my public conversation are the same.
All right.
And I'd like to be recorded on that. CDC will be judged on its record. Look, it is Darrell Dillon did not just defeat Polita Weah or Thomas Fala in this town. It was the people, the residents of Monserrato were reacting to the effect of bad governance by CDC when they voted against CDC here. Let me tell you, I've been an election observer in many countries. It is hard for ruling party to win in the capital city. Why? Because they are the most informed, and the difficulty they have is not faced by my people in Glaze up here. The people in Glaze up here going to find they pick their cassava, they bring their cassava leaf, they bring their bitter ball, they beat their rice. The people in Monrovia have to buy rice. They have to buy bitter ball. They have to pay transportation. They have to they themselves. They have to pay rent. So they are very sensitive to any hardship from government. I was in Ghana, the 2008 election. They said because of petrol prices going up, they're not going to vote for Nana Akufo from the ruling party. They're going to vote for Atta Mill. I wrote 5 texts and these people, the petrol price go up, things are hard and things are tough. We can't even get money to buy kinking and all that. So the people in the city usually react in a negative way to any hardship. They blame the government for it. You were the one who will be explaining all that inflation, they don't care.
What would be your fate in Monserrato?
Oh, Monserrato. I will win Monserrato. This is the place I've been forming lawyer for a whole lot of people. This is the place I've been teaching. This is the place I've been on radio many times. This is the place where newspapers have called me Man of the Year, Lawyer of the Year, Human Rights Advocate of the Year. 2010, our Man of the Year by a leading newspaper, Cllr newspaper. But I represented newspaper before, owned by Mr. Wilson Tafe. He knows that. 4 persons were put in jail, I think 2001. I represented them free of charge and got them out of jail. It's a Lawyer of the Year. So my popularity in Montserrat is so high, and I strongly believe it surpasses everyone in this race in terms of my name recognition. It's a household name in Montserrat. There's no question about that. Before you saw me, you heard my name. My name has been in the newspaper, it's been in books. There's a book called Liberia, 200 Years of Liberia United States Relationship, written by Lester Hyman. None of the people running our name inside, but I'm quoted there 5 times by Lester Hyman. My picture is in the history book that the young children who are going to be first-time voters are reading, but reading by Dr. Guano, that they take national exam
Just
on.
to say Guano.
Yes, my name is there on the peace process.
So you're a popular man.
Of course. All people want to say, want to see him physically.
Okay.
But in terms of name recognition, that is not an issue in Montserrat County.
The Famito River Declaration is one of those key components of these elections, Councillor Gongloe. What has been your own involvement, and what has been the call to other political leaders, major actors, as we approach the elections, in adherence to that document that was signed by all of you people?
I'm a student of history. I'm an expert on the peace process in Liberia. I'm a historian on it, and I know peace is an active word.
All right.
People have to act it, not just believe in it. So we came up, we signed the Farmington Declaration, but no document can execute itself, and they can implement itself. So we signed it, and then right after we signed it, you saw President, we are talking to one of the signatories, Reginald Gurish, in a way like violating it right there. That attitude displayed by him was inconsistent with the spirit and intent of the declaration. And then he and Kennedy Bwaka have been exchanging words too, they're throwing words at each other, and so I just decided, I didn't even discuss with my party executives. I didn't discuss with even my wife. I'm a risk taker for the good of our country. So I got up and just told my driver and my security person, we are going on some strange visitations today. Impromptu. No notice. So we went to CDC headquarters with a broom. That was my first time in the history of my life entering our compound. Even when Thomas Bernard lived there, I never went there. I always see the CDC headquarters, but I went there to open the gate and enter. I got down, walking in the CDC compound with my broom like this. Oh, the broom papa is here. The broom papa is here. They came. Oh, okay, we'll take a picture with the broom papa. I spoke to them. I said, I'm here consistent with the Farmington Declaration. I strongly believe that we who are political leaders of the different parties must show a disposition of friendliness towards each other. And when we do that, our followers, the parties too, will not be emotional, because we want our discourse, our disagreement to be in an atmosphere of peace. Opposition is not enmity. It's just different views.
Exactly.
So 3 brothers can belong to 3 political parties and should not diminish their relationship as brothers.
Exactly.
So I came here to show it. Leadership by example, that's what I believe in. You see, when there are many politicians in the past, and even now, when they organize rally, they can remain behind some people. When I organized the anti-corruption parade the other day, I was way in the front. If anything happens, it should happen to me. I believe in leadership by example. So I went to the CDC headquarters. I even shouted, CDC Munya Munya, CDC Munya. I was in their compound. They responded very well. And then I shouted other battle crowd. They themselves shouted battle crowd. They said, oh, and then it just relaxed the moment.
Exactly.
And we took pictures. One lady was there, said, me, I'm hungry. I said, Kobo, the price of Kobo in CDC compound is $200. Even the $400 also, but they divided rice the other day now. So then I bought rice for the woman, and then the militants said, but we need some militant water. So I told my man, get us something for militant water to drink the alcohol. So so it was just a relaxed atmosphere.
Okay.
I went to Unity Party headquarters. I talked to Honorable Ben Fufana. Then they said most of the people at the campaign headquarters. I went to the campaign headquarters at the old immigration office in Bankertown. I spoke to people there. Another congenial atmosphere. We took pictures with the broom with me and all of that. I went to ANC CPP compound. I got there. Oh man, I saw this active battle cry. The lady was so excited. Oh, the broom puppy. One shot for the puppy, the broom puppy. We are 2 shots. We are 3 shots, like that. And then we sat down. I talked with them. The advisor to Mr. Alexander Corin Perkins. He was there. The vice chairman of the party was
What
there.
were you trying to signal?
So I am trying to relax the atmosphere.
Okay.
So that we can, when our people I'm calling upon all of the political leaders to do that too. It will really, really reduce tension in this election.
Exactly.
We need to do that. So I did that. And even the other day, when it comes for certification, there was an item that the Election Commission put on the agenda, a symbolic gesture of peace, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 5 people before me, when I was giving big speeches, I said, oh, but I want to seminary school and they say symbolic gesture, I mean you must do something, let me speak. So when it was my time, they say the MCC Councillor Gongloe's term, the standard bearer of LPP will come now. I got up, I went straight to President George Weah and shook his hand and hugged him. That for me is symbolic gesture of peace.
Exactly.
I went to the next person to him and went all around and shook and
how was President Weah's reaction?
He was smiling and very happy.
I saw him holding your broom as well.
Yes.
In the photograph.
Because I had already relaxed the atmosphere. So when the official program was over,
that was unique.
We took pictures together. First, me and Sarah Beslo Yanti was standing in front of me. You talk. He said, yeah, you're standing in front of me. He said, so much jovial. You're standing in front of me. He said, I told her then he said, comes out going to then you're bringing him when I drew my elbow. I mean, we're just joking. And then after all that, we took pictures. They bring it, but they said it clean. I said, who told you they said it clean? Because you can come from Nashville to Jamaica, go to town, they said it is dirty. In fact, they say Liberia is the #1 dirty country in the whole, in Africa. So they said it not clean. But they broom is for
sweeping. You said that the President Weah?
Yeah. They said it's for sweeping corruption. They broom is for sweeping corruption. It was just joke, and then later on he called me and said, but, okay, so you went to our party headquarters, right? But carry on from lunch now. Earlier, I said, look, President Weah, you need to give the money for the election commission to conduct the election. We don't need any money to remediate. The reaction to me, I'm not going to that process. So when he asked me to carry for lunch, I said, that process too. I said, Mr. President, you control finance ministry. I told you to give money for the election. You said that process. Then you asked me to carry all the candidates for lunch. That process too, because I got to go look for the money. And we laugh about it. But that's the kind of
I think the election should be more issue driven than attacking personality.
So I think it was good, and I think we should do that.
Okay. Let's take some calls, Councillor. We are out of time. Too bad.
But I will come again when you want me, anytime.
Yes, 0776 454 0776 454 Our regular lines are off. So I'm using this alternative line. We can take just few calls, and then we allow Councillor Gongloe to leave us because of time. 0776 454 0776 454 The man who heads the Broom movement is our guest on the second and final lap of the show. You love to be called Say. And of course, he's our guest on this edition of the Hard Talk. Maybe you want to comment him, or perhaps you want to react to some of the assertions he's made on the show today. Let's hear from you. 0776 454 and you will certainly be live on the second and final lap of the Hard Talk on ABC Radio 105.7 with me, Tia Williams. And of course, my colleague is Anthony Jeff, and this is a joint presentation. Well, as we anticipate the course, even though we don't have time, but Councillor Gongloe, why don't you go into Nima County?
I was just in Nima over the weekend. I was endorsed in Zika District 9.
Oh.
So I was endorsed there. My vice president was gowned by the people of District 9. I was gowned by the people of District 9. That's where I come from. Okay. And then I went to Glaze Up in my town.
Glaze Up?
Yeah, I went there to find out. I said, is there anybody in this town who does not support me? They said something wrong with you. President coming from our town. Then now one president will not vote for you. You know. So I felt good. I said, because in Liberia they say if the house does not sell you, the street will not buy you. So my house in Glaze Up here, the whole district supports me. And the whole Nima is saying, we have had vice president 2 times, Cllr and Moses Black. This time we want presidency, we want the head. And I'd like to talk to one woman, Ma Choir in Butu. If she's hearing me now, she said, it's elegant when you say in Gio. She said, so our own stomach in Nima can born president. What happened now? This year we're born president. Okay. And our president is Councillor Gongloe.
All right, let's see how it's going to play out in the final analysis. Councillor Gongloe, we have to go.
And then I've been to president in Nima that I went
nobody wants to object.
Ball play.
Ball play.
That's where the worst, I mean, that was the training base for MPFL.
All right.
I went to ball play. I said, ball play with me training based on my administration. But it'll be training based for training tailors, mechanics, carpenters, and all the people that will develop Liberia. And a good training, so I said consistently, you people will be training based, but not for fighting war.
We have to go your parting comments quickly.
Well, I want to tell all Liberians that the election must be violent free. Right. And I'm calling on all the political leaders to display atmosphere of peace. Their war should be in by the elegance of their speeches. They should display eloquence, they should display common sense and persuade the people and should not undermine peace at all. In the process, we should keep telling our people about reconciliation and unity. And I want a reason for this broom. We'll unite and sweep corruption from Liberia.
Assuming you don't win, will you support whoever wins? Assuming you don't win.
Oh yeah. I'm a Democrat. I'm a constitutionalist.
All right.
And I will.
Even if President Weah wins for the 2nd term, will you support him?
And the Liberian people vote
will you proffer recommendations?
What would be wrong with
in the interest of the country?
My mind is always moving. Look, even now, under this government, I've had to do some work outside government as a lawyer. I did so under Ellen. This is our country. There are leaders inside government, but I consider myself a leader too.
Okay.
We were.
Exactly.
I said, no, it didn't happen. I think you're talking about I was there that time. You know. So no. It is our obligation. And let me say, the last time I called on all the political leaders to be friendly with one another. All of us should show. Look, today, Sarah Yanti invited all of the political leaders to a church service at the Presbyterian Church. You know, she's a reverend too. At 12 o'clock. I went there a little bit late because I was attending Warwick funeral at the Methodist Church. But I went there and spent at least an hour and spoke there too and participated in the prayer service for peace and stability. I think when we call each other, I'm available. Anybody come and say, my daughter's birthday or we're having church service, and a political leader will go there. Because when the Liberian people see us interacting, it will help to reduce the tension.
Okay, Councillor Gongloe, it was a pleasure having you here. Thank you ever so much for